All right, everybody, welcome into the High Noon stream for today, Monday afternoon. I'm Pugs Moran. This is High Noon. We do it each and every day, Monday through Friday, from noon till about 2 o'clock, sometimes a little bit earlier than that, sometimes a little bit later than that. It is the first of two streams that we offer you here on the Radio Misfits podcast platform. We do another one. We call that Pillow Talk. That comes on at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. That show airs typically Monday through Thursday. So you got this one, High Noon. This is Monday through Friday at noon every day. It's a rundown of all of the things that are happening in the world. Trending topics, headlines, hot topics, current events, that kind of thing. We run them all down for you. We give you a nice little cheat sheet for your day. All the things that people are buzzing about. I'm going to give you just a little bit about why they're all buzzing so. Pillow Talk, that's Pugs and Parker proudly present Pillow Talk. That's the nighttime show. That's more conversational. That's just me and him. Although on Mondays, it is a Kelly Moore Monday. So those of you who enjoy the old school Pugs and Kelly vibe, Kelly joins us on Monday nights. And do I have everything going here? I'll make sure I got everything. Yeah. All right, so that happens on Monday. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't touched base with her in a couple of days. So I assume she knows it's Monday. It's Monday. She'll be here on Monday. Trust me. She hasn't not shown up on a Monday, except for when she had some technical issues, which, are going to happen from time to time. But okay, so there you have it. So tonight, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Tonight is going to be a Kelly Moore Mondays on Pillow Talk. It'll be me, Kelly Moore, and James Parker. But now let's get to... the business at hand, which is, of course, the High Noon Show. Thank you so much for indulging me last week. My voice is still not 100% there. I have to baby it. I lost it twice this weekend. It's screaming at the kid. But I do feel like I have gotten over the really bad run of allergies that I had last week. And I just baked out in the sun. I just hung out by the pool while the kid was swimming. We did a whole bunch of stuff. We had such a Father's Day thing. We went to, what do we do? We went to Velvet Taco. You guys ever been to Velvet Taco? I like Velvet Taco. My kid does not like Velvet Taco. My kid doesn't. My kid has no room in his diet for fancy tacos. Not his vibe. He doesn't want fancy tacos. He just wants, if you go through a drive-through at Taco Bell and just get a bunch of Doritos Locos, he'd be fine with it. So after Velvet Taco, then what do? Oh my God. Like I got to think about it. I'm walking wounded. We went to Top Golf, and I don't want to say I'm getting old. Hiccups. Are you fucking kidding me? I just sat down. Oh boy. Hiccups again. Just about every show starts with some form of hiccups. Trying to get into a Top Golf story about how I think I need to go on the injured list because of a round of mini golf on Saturday night. Ugh. Seriously. Played mini golf. Of course I won because nobody ever beats me at mini golf because I'm are you kidding? 1,000 years from now, they will recite poetry about rounds of mini golf that I have played. You can't beat me. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a professional on the PGA Tour. I know how to get it through the windmill. I am a mini golf stud. And I hustled my kid a little bit, like the first couple of holes, because I do a lot of talking about my mini golf prowess. So the first couple of holes, I was just kind of like going, like on Caddyshack, just and I'll be honest, it hurt me a little bit. I took a few strokes there and extra strokes that I didn't need. He built up a nice 5-stroke lead after the first 3 holes. And then I told him, and if you're a parent, if you're like a grown ass man, and sometimes you have to compete with your kid, you don't want to just destroy him and everything. You can't, because you gotta. And unfortunately, there are a lot of things where he can now destroy me at. We'll get to that in a minute. But, mini golf, I was talking a lot of shit. I was like, you're never going to beat me at mini golf. I don't care how old you'll get. You're never going to be better than me at mini golf. You might be able to lift more weight than me. You might be able to throw a football farther than me. You might be able to outrun me. But, son, you will never beat me at mini golf. And at that point, I just turned it on. And I think I ended up, well, we don't know. We don't know what I won by because Round about the 10th hole of mini golf, he was no longer keeping score and he was throwing his ball in the water and stuff like that. That's how it goes. But yeah, so my unbeaten streak at mini golf is still strong. Feeling good about it. Then we went in the batting cages. Oh my God. We went in the batting cages for like, first of all, it was 8 o'clock at night and it was still like 102 degrees. So we're in the batting cages, 102 degrees. The sun is going down. It is just getting harder to see. Oh, I am sore in places, people. You have no idea. I have used probably for the first time in decades, certain muscles. Like that, I didn't know my elbow hurt. My elbow now hurts permanently, probably. I don't know. It'll be better by tomorrow, I'm sure. But all of these things. Also, I can't cough without having a tug on my testicle. That's right. I said it. Every time I cough, my testicle hurts. I tore something down there, pulled something. I don't know. Used a muscle. It was not good. It was not good. My swing is not good either. You can't just stay out of batting cages for 20 years and then jump back in and think that you can, get into like the super fast and get around and not look like a 50-year-old man just swinging at air, because that's pretty much what it was for me. Although I have to say, did much better in the slow softball one. I was cranking those. The slow softball one, I was making great contact. But no, my batting cage days are over. And seriously, I have like a testicular injury from batting cages that I have never experienced before. Oh, well, we're all getting older. Hey, let's get into what today is. Again, long story short, thank you so much for indulging me last week. I was very sick. It was hard for me to come here and like do the 2 hours of just talking, just nonstop streaming. And I was like running out of breath and I was starting to feel dizzy. And so I appreciate that. Okay. So here's where it stands this week. I got the kid still this week. He's in the other room. He's currently watching YouTube because that's all kids watch these days. So I don't know how late we'll go today, but we'll get through everything that we need to get through today. And I anticipate no interruptions in the normal flow of the offerings that we bring to you every day here. So I assume that, we'll do this Monday through Friday the way we normally do. And then we'll get back and we'll do pillow talk. All right, let's get into what today is. Excuse me, as I just feel my throat go a little bit. It is June the 20th. It is the 171st day of the year. Do the math. I don't have to do the math. It's written right here. 194 days remain until the end of the year. Let's check out the National Day calendar to see how we're supposed to be celebrating today and what is so cool about today. Still fighting the hiccups. I'm putting up a good fight, though. I'm moving right through it. I'm not even going to let it bother me. Let's see here. Monday, June the 20th of 2022 is International Nystagmus Awareness Day, NYS, TAGMUS. NYS, TAGMUS. I have no idea what word that is. I've never seen those letters placed in that order together before. I do not know, so let's move on. It's National American Eagle Day. Okay, so that's either appreciation of the bald eagle or the store at the mall. I don't know. American Eagle used to be a store at the mall. I don't even know if it is anymore. Hey, Jeff. Jeff says yo, so I say yo back to Jeff. It is also National Hike with a Geek Day. What is this about? What? I don't no idea what National Hike with a Geek Day is. It's probably geek in the computer term, right? I'm guessing. I mean, otherwise that seems like pretty random. Why not bike with a geek day? Going beyond desk exercise. National Hike with a Geek Day on June 20th summons the techie, geeks, IT gurus, and gamers to push away the keyboard and strike out across the inviting landscape of nature. Yeah, good luck with that. I got a gamer in the other room. He don't want to go outside. No, not really something he wants to do. Can't really blame him. What is the temperature currently? What are we looking at here in North Texas? Is it going to be a nice, cool day today? Let's see here. Okay, that's still locked down from last night. All right, I got 94 degrees. And full sun. So we'll see. We'll see if it gets any worse. 94, we can do 94. 94 is nothing. 94 is easy. Not a scare in the world. It's National Ice Cream Soda Day. I like a chocolate ice cream soda. I do. I like. Here's what I really like. You want to know what I really like? Okay, so you take you take an ice cold pint glass, right? So take an ice cold pint glass, fill it up half with milk, right? Then take Hershey syrup and just make that black, make it dark as night. Fill it up. You can use a lot. You could probably use like twice as much chocolate syrup as you normally would, even if the glass was full of milk. But this glass is only half filled with milk, and you are just going to make it as black and thick and syrupy as possible. Not as possible, because that's crazy. But you know what I mean? You're gonna make it black, you're gonna make it thick, and you're filling up the glass, frozen pint glass, half filled with milk. So now the milk is starting to crystallize and it's getting cold because it's in the glass. Okay, so then what do? Then you take a scoop of ice cream. Vanilla ice cream is probably the best one for this. Take a scoop of vanilla ice cream, bloop, put that in there. All right, so now what do you do with the rest? You take some. All right, so there's a couple ways you can do this. You can either go with like a 0-calorie cherry Coke. Yeah, that might not be bad. 0 cherry Coke. I prefer to go with the 0-calorie Dr. Pepper. I like to use Dr. Pepper. And then you just fill the rest of it up. So you got a pint glass, you got it half filled with milk, then you add the chocolate to that so it's all black, then a scoop of vanilla ice cream, then you fill the rest of it up with Diet Dr. Pepper. Oh, is that a good drink? And there you go. There you have it. That's my offering to National Ice Cream Soda Day. I believe back in like the 40s, they called the drink I just described to you as an egg cream, even though there's no egg and there's no cream. It's National. I don't know what this is. Here's how it's spelled. I'm not kidding you. It's National Kouign. Kouign. How do you say that word? Kouign. Kouign. And then it's followed by Amann. Amann. So maybe that's a name. It's National Kouign Amann Day. Let's see who this person is. I'm thinking it's a person. I've never heard of this person. Oh, maybe it's not. It is. National Kouign Amann Day on June 20th each year celebrates a round, crusty cake made with it. I don't care. It's a cake. It's. I've never heard of it. I don't know where it's from. It seems to be from someplace that isn't known for cakes. That word Kouign Amann does not sound like a place that is known for cakes. It's National Vanilla Milkshake Day. Well, that sounds bullshit. It's also so you're telling me that it's National Ice Cream Soda Day and it's National Vanilla Milkshake Day? All right, that's what you're telling me. Seems like you could have spaced those out a little bit better, National Day calendar, but whatever. Pro tip, and I'm not going to hear. I don't want to hear it from you. I don't want to hear it from you. I'm going to say this, and you people are going to accept it, and we're going to move on. Okay, we're not going to debate it. McDonald's has the best vanilla milkshake. That's right, I said it. McDonald's has the best vanilla milkshake. It's in the same way, we all want to shit on McDonald's. We take McDonald's for granted because they're everywhere and they've been omnipresent in all of our lives all these years. And, we all like Five Guys is so much. Oh, shut up with your Five Guys. Five Guys sucks. If I want $8 for a mediocre hamburger, I'll go to a sit-down restaurant. I don't need to go. And by the way, Five Guys, your French fries suck. But with McDonald's has 3 areas where they are just superior to everyone else. And that is in their fountain Cokes. McDonald's Coke. McDonald's has a fun fact. Coca-Cola does not allow you to monkey around with the ratio of syrup to sparkling water or seltzer or whatever it is, in the machines. They don't allow you. When Coke puts in their stuff, Coke says you have to be at this number, or else we'll pull Coke out and go ahead. You can serve your people Pepsi. McDonald's has an exception to that. McDonald's is allowed to monkey with it. And that's why McDonald's fountain drinks taste so much better, because they go through more syrup. It's more tasty. There's more of a Coke flavor to it. Cokes, French fries, and vanilla milkshakes. There you go. Those are the 3 things that McDonald's dominates against everybody else. And I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it from you McDonald's haters. You're all just taking it for granted because it's everywhere. But McDonald's does 3 things exceptionally well. Fountain sodas, even their diets. Fountain sodas, French fries, and of course, the vanilla soda. The vanilla milkshake. It's Vanilla Milkshake Day. All right, let's get into the things that happened on this day in history. On this day in 1787, somebody that I've never heard of before, a guy by the name of Oliver Ellsworth. Should I know this guy? Should I know who Oliver Ellsworth is from 1787? Oliver Ellsworth moves at the Federal Convention to call the government officially the United States. That's right. On this day in 1787, some dude named Oliver Ellsworth moved to start referring to this thing that we started. So he decided, hey, we should call it the United States. And everybody went, yeah, that sounds good. United States. Let's go with that. And then history totally forgot who Oliver Ellsworth was, but that's the guy who did it. On this day in 1791, King Louis XVI, disguised as a valet, and the French royal family with him attempt to flee Paris during the French Revolution like a bunch of bitches. That's what they did. They got caught too. And off with their heads. Cut their heads off. We could use a French Revolution. I'm telling you, we could use a French Revolution. On this day in 1877, Alexander Graham Bell installs the world's first commercial telephone service in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. That seems kind of random, right? I wouldn't think the first phone service, the first Bell phone system was in Ontario, Canada. There you go. Let's see. Also in history on this day, in 1893, Lizzie Borden is acquitted of the murders of her father and stepmother. Is that a story? That's not really a story. John says Whataburger is not too bad on shakes. I have done a Whataburger shake with a McDonald's shake. They're not even in the same league. I'm sorry. I challenge you all. Go get yourself a small vanilla Whataburger shake, then drive across the street, because as I said, McDonald's are everywhere. Drive across the street and get a small vanilla shake from McDonald's and just taste them side by side. One is in a completely different league than the other. Now, if you're just drinking a Whataburger vanilla milkshake, you're like, this is a pretty good vanilla milkshake until you taste the McDonald's one. And then you're like, whoa, this is like vanilla to the 10th power. This is like way more vanilla happening in this McDonald's thing. But Whataburger does have good other things. Good lot of things. The Whataburger patty melt can't really beat the Whataburger patty melt. I've been eating terribly because I've been sick last week and then I got my kid now, so I haven't been on my diet. So you better believe I had a Whataburger patty melt last week. When I'm sick, when I'm just like, oh, I feel so sick, I just want comfort food. And for me right now, that's pretty much it, a Whataburger patty melt. Oh, they're so good. So Lizzie Borden was acquitted of the murder of her father and her stepmother on this day in 1893. She's the girl, but like, I don't know what it's turned into, like drunk history. What do I know about Lizzie Borden? Like, I think in my head she's 8 years old, but she's not. She was like a grown woman, right? She was like a spinster or something. And she supposedly used an axe and killed everybody. I don't know. She was acquitted though. They let her go. Although, it doesn't matter if she was acquitted, because I think if you were to ask any random person, hey, you know who Lizzie Borden is? They'd go, yeah, she hacked up her whole family. That's like kind of what history has remembered her for. But no, she was acquitted. On this day in 1945, the United States Secretary of State approves the transfer of Wernher von Braun and his team of Nazi rocket scientists to the United States under Operation Paperclip. So this was in 1945. It was after the war, basically. I mean, it was over. Hitler had, eaten a bullet in his bunker and all that kind of stuff. We went over there and we got all the German scientists. We just took them out. We said, hey, look, so here are your choices, Wernher von Braun and team. You got this V2 rocket thing. We think that's very interesting. We would love to have you continue your research on rocketry and all that kind of stuff. So why don't you come over to America and we'll give you a new life there, and you'll be like our prize Nazi scientist, and you'll work on all kinds of cool innovations, and we'll give you the full, budgets of the United States, whatever, all that. You have a nice life. You can start over, or we'll put you on trial and cut your heads off. Which one do you choose, Wernher von Braun and the rest of his Nazi scientists? Well, they came to America, and that's why we won the space race. Quite frankly, Nazi scientists are why the United States won the space race. The Russians didn't get the Nazi scientists. We got them. We got them all. They got a couple, but we got the good ones. We got Wernher von Braun and his team. On this day in 1972, the Watergate scandal, an 18-and-a-half-minute gap appears in the tape recording of conversations between U.S. President Richard Nixon and his advisors regarding the recent arrests of his operatives while breaking into the Watergate complex. Okay, so So basically, Nixon recorded everything in his Oval Office. He was a paranoid dude. And after the Watergate break-in, they had, all these like, okay, so how do we keep ourselves clear of this? How do we make sure that there's no blowback? How do we make sure that this stays away? Because it was Watergate. The Watergate break-in was something that was done by an organization called the Committee to Re-elect the President. It was Nixon's re-election campaign. They broke into the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee, the people who were running against Nixon, and they stole some stuff, and it was like a complete. They were like bumblers. These guys, they screwed up. They got caught. They got busted. And as soon as they got busted, the White House immediately went into, all right, how do we make sure we don't know anything about this? Although they did, they planned it. But how did they sort of keep themselves away from it? And it was discovered that Nixon records all of these meetings. So the tapes in the Oval Office in the immediate aftermath of the Watergate break-in were subpoenaed. And they were like, okay, well, we'll hear everything you talked about. We never discussed it. That's what they were saying. It was never discussed in the Oval Office. I know nothing about it. That was, basically what the Oval Office was saying at the time. And then so they get the tapes and they listen to the tapes and they get right up to the point where they should be talking about the Watergate break-in, and then suddenly the tape skips ahead 18 minutes. It's shameless. It is just shameless. It's like Jeffrey Epstein's security cameras being out. It's like, oh, really? So we're never going to see exactly what went down in the death of Jeffrey Epstein. We're just going to go, oh, well, the security cameras were out. So you're going to tell us that we've got hundreds and hundreds of hours of raw, unedited Oval Office Nixon tapes, but there's 18 minutes that we need to hear, and you're telling me that 18 minutes just is gone? Yeah, we don't know what happened to that. That was on this day in 1972. On this day in 1975, the film Jaws is released in the United States, becoming the highest-grossing film of the time, and starting the trend known to this day as the summer blockbuster. There was no such thing as summer blockbusters before Jaws. There wasn't. Now it's like, it's the most important part of the Hollywood movie season, movie year, is the Hollywood blockbuster. It's when they make all of their monies. It's when, the big blow 'em up movies come out. It's with the highest grossing film of the year is always released in July, or somewhere around there. But Jaws was the one that changed it. Jaws, and here's the reason why they didn't release big movies in the summer, because the thought process was that people weren't going to movies in the summer. They were doing other things. It was people were out of their traditions. They were out of their habits. They were out of their ruts. So, basically it was just a bunch of like stupid, movies that were not really backed by the theaters, and they were released in the summertime. This was also the case for television. For years and years, there was a thing known as the Summer Replacement Series, which was a show that they had paid for to film, but decided it sucked and it didn't make their fall or spring schedules. So they ended up just dumping it in the middle of the summer where nobody was watching anything and nothing could ever become a hit. And then Survivor happened. Survivor was a summer replacement series that they were trying to dump, and it became huge. So now big shit gets released in the summer on television as well. So yeah, we change. I'm trying to think, did I see Jaws in theaters back in 1975? I would have been 6 years old. I don't know. Let's do some births. How about some birthdays? People celebrating birthdays on this day. Born on this day in 1925, died on this day in 1971. Audie Murphy. Audie Murphy. Do you know who Audie Murphy was? I don't know who Audie Murphy was. I mean, I know, again, we're going to get into like a drunk history kind of thing. Audie Murphy was a soldier. I want to say when, like World War II. So Audie Murphy was a World War II soldier, and I believe he was injured. And then and then he came back and he became a movie star. But he became a movie star because he was a war hero. I don't know if he was just an actor who also happened to be a war hero, or if he was a war hero who they made an actor because he was famous and he wasn't a good actor. I don't know if he was a good actor. I don't know what his deal was, but he was born on this day, and people seem to like Audie Murphy. Born on this day, died in 1971. Born on this day in 1933, died in 2019. One of my all-time favorite mafia actors, Danny Aiello. Danny Aiello. I like Danny Aiello. Danny Aiello always played a good mafia boss. All right, we've got a dog issue. Let the dog in, please. This is the good part about having the kid in the other room. I don't have to get up. Can you let the dog in? Come on in. All right, be nice to her. Just let her lay in there. All right, thank you. Sorry about that. Happy birthday, Danny Aiello. Also born on this day in 1940. Another guy that's dead. He died at... I didn't realize this guy was dead. John Mahoney. Remember John Mahoney? John Mahoney was Fraser's dad. There you go. I liked Fraser's dad. I don't know what. My inclination is to start talking about the secret life that he lived, but I'm like, I don't really need to. Do we really care? We don't really care about John Mahoney's secret life. Jed, go ahead. You can look it up on your own. He was a good man, though. He's a good man. He just wasn't, it came from a different generation where sometime a man of his proclivities had to keep things in, for lack of a better word, the closet. Well, but I like John Mahoney. I actually met John Mahoney a couple of times. He was a Chicago actor long before he was on Frasier. He was like a big stage actor in Chicago. I want to say that he was he a Steppenwolf guy or maybe a Goodman guy? I don't know, whatever. He was one of the big theater company guys. So he was always around and he was always doing local commercials or local things and, whatever. John Mahoney, nice guy. I got to interview him after he had just got Frasier. He was awesome. John Goodman, speaking of another great guy. Wow, what a name. Goodman. John Goodman. Look at that. John Goodman, born on this day in 42? Yeah. All right, we're going to go with... Wait. Hold on. Do I not have a birthday on John? John Goodman is 70, I think, today. So what would that be? He was born in 1952? 50, 67. Yeah, let's say that. Let's say he was born in 1952. Wait, is it 1952? Hold on. Let me figure this out. If I get distracted by this, then we're lost for the day. Yeah, 1952. John Goodman was born on this day in 1952. All right. Born on this day in 1942. We skipped over him. I apologize. Brian Wilson, American singer, songwriter, and producer, leader of the Beach Boys, true American musical genius. He, you want to talk about an interesting story? That guy's got an interesting backstory. He was like abused and beaten and just like completely turned into a messed up, kid stuck in his own head by his dad, Murray. His dad, Murray, was like super abusive and stole all his money and stole all of his songs and all that kind of stuff. And Brian Wilson then found drugs. And it was like a combination of like this crazy abusive upbringing that he suffered, mixed with some other mental things that he already had going on, mixed with copious amounts of adventurous drug activity. He kind of went a little nuts. And the big story on Brian Wilson is that he lived in a sandbox for years. Yeah, he had a beautiful Hollywood, mansion, whatever it is, and he just had his living room turned into a beach. They just poured like a ton of sand in his living room, and he just like lived in a sandbox in his living room for bunch of years. But he's a genius, and he seems to be doing better now. So happy 80th birthday to you, Brian Wilson. Born on this day in 1949. Here's another one, another genius, and I won't hear any of it. I don't care. There was a period of time in my life growing up where I thought if it wasn't for Michael Jackson, it was like this guy won everything. He was like the biggest musical star in the world. And then Michael Jackson showed up. And then suddenly we all kind of forgot about Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie was huge in the early 80s. And then came Thriller. And then suddenly we didn't have room for both a Lionel Richie and a Michael Jackson. One of them had to be the top guy, and it became Michael Jackson. But Lionel Richie is celebrating a birthday today, born on this day in 1949. Born on this day in 1960, any Duran Duran freaks? John Taylor. English singer, songwriter, bass player. He's also an actor. John Taylor, born on this day in 1960, bass player for Duran Duran. Duran Duran, fun fact, there are 3 dudes in Duran Duran whose last name is Taylor, and they are not brothers. Nope. John, Roger, and Andy. They are not related. They just happen to have the same last name, and they're in the same band. Let's see. Who else do we have here birthday-wise? Oh, here's a good one. Here's one that I'm celebrating today. Of course, you all know. Born on this day in 1967. How about Nicole Kidman? Nicole Kidman, ladies and gentlemen. Nicole Kidman, born on this day in 1967. I'm a big Nicole Kidman fan. I can't say that I'm a big Nicole Kidman fan of anything she's done in the last 20 years, but she had like a run, like the first 10 years that she was out, where, whoa, my God, she was fantastic. So happy birthday to you, Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman draft. Okay. Okay. All right. Calm down, everybody. I'll give you a nice little Nicole Kidman draft. In the first round, with the first overall pick in the Nicole Kidman draft, me, a guy who has already stated that I prefer her stuff from the 90s, will select in the first round. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? My favorite, are you ready? My favorite Nicole Kidman movie. Are you ready? To Die For. To Die For. Nicole Kidman. Do you guys remember that movie? That movie was it's like Joaquin Phoenix and her. And it was kind of based on, do you remember Pamela Smart? Pamela Smart was the teacher who seduced her student. Well, she played a teacher who like seduced her student. And it was To Die For. It had this scene where she was like seducing her student, and they went for a drive, and they were in a car parked, and the headlights were on, and she said she like did like this seductive dance when she got out of the car. He's sitting in the driver's seat. She gets out of the passenger seat and she stands in front of the car and she starts dancing in the headlights. And I believe it was to like something that like didn't really fit, like Sweet Home Alabama or something. She started just like, I don't know. I was like, okay, I like that girl. She's good. There you go. First pick in the Nicole Kidman draft, To Die For. Second pick in the Nicole Kidman draft. First time I ever saw her. Days of Thunder. Days of Thunder as the hot track doctor. Remember Tom Cruise was the race car driver in NASCAR, and he had to go see the track doctor because he had some kind of a dust up, and that's where he met Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman, Days of Thunder, number 2. Third pick in the Nicole Kidman draft here on her birthday. We're going to go with Billy Bathgate. Billy Bathgate, one of the great underrated gangster movies of all time. And I believe that's the movie that gave us, I know, because I'm conjuring up the image right now. We got full frontal Nicole Kidman in that. We did. Billy Bathgate. She's like trying on clothes in front of a mirror. And you get like brief full frontal Nicole Kidman in Billy Bathgate. With the fourth pick in the Nicole Kidman draft, Far and Away. That's right, Far and Away. The movie with her, the Ron Howard movie with her and Tom Cruise again, where they played Irish immigrants. The land grab, not land grab. What was it called? The land rush that they did up there in Oklahoma. Far and Away is a good movie. Far and Away is a good movie about the Irish immigrant experience. And with the fifth pick, I'm going to shock some of you guys. With the fifth pick here in the Nicole Kidman draft, we here at the Pugs and Company High Noon Show, we are taking, that's right, I'm taking Bewitched. Bewitched, number 5 in my Nicole Kidman draft. I love Bewitched. I love Sam. I love all of it. All right. Hold on. Let's see here. Are we inviting anybody to, God, she's got a resume. So there's like a whole nother page I got to go to find other shit that we're going to invite undrafted free agents to camp here. Let's see here. Reception and legacy. Hold on. I have to run through some of these. All right, here we go. All right, so here's a full list. Let's see. What else are we going to be inviting to camp here? Dead Calm, right? Dead Calm was good. Wasn't that the movie about the wall? Yeah, Dead Calm gets a camp invite. There we go. Far and Away, Malice, My Life, Batman Forever, To Die For. I love To Die For. I already mentioned that. Let's see here. The Peacemaker with Clooney. I like The Peacemaker. There you go. Peacemaker gets a camp invite. And are we going to give Moulin Rouge? I don't know. I guess The Hours. The Hours is good. I saw that. It's not really my speed, but it'll get a camp invite. Human Stain was good. Human Stain gets a camp invite. Stepford Wives I thought was fun. Camp invite. The Interpreter. She'll get a camp invite for the Interpreter. Okay. Anything else? Trying to see if there's anything else that jumps out here that she did recently. Nope. Nope. She did a lot of movies. Oh my God. This woman has done 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 movies a year for like the last 20 years. Oh, and we're going to invite Bombshell most recently from 2019, where she plays Gretchen Carlson. Bombshell. And being the Ricardos. We're going to invite being the Ricardos. There you go. That's your Nicole Kidman draft. Happy birthday, Nicole Kidman. As far as deaths go, not really a bunch of deaths to talk about. There were no. I mean, there were people, but it was like, what am I going to say about these people that's going to be interesting? Absolutely nothing. All right, let's get into what's trending today. Let's run through some of the things that people are talking about. Greg Abbott is trending today across all platforms, and since we are here in Texas, we should maybe check in and see what the governor of the great state of Texas is doing and why he's trending. Okay, here you go. Greg Abbott has spent $3 million in Texas taxpayer funds sending 1,700 illegal immigrants in buses to Washington, D.C. Now, here's why this is a story. Because Abbott's like pulling up buses at the border and putting them and then just sending them to Washington. It makes no real sense. It's just a way for him. It's a dick move that allows him to people who enjoy dick moves, to sort of, that's all he's doing. But when he said, the very first thing that people said was, well, how are you going to pay for this, dude? What school teachers aren't going to get books? What roads aren't going to get paid? How are you going to pay for this? This little big FU to people, because that's really all this is. How you can do it? And he said crowdfunding. He said, oh, well, we've set up a crowdfunding. The people of the great state of Texas will support this, and they haven't. $112,000 has been raised by Texas Governor Greg Abbott's crowdfunding campaign. They have spent $3 million of Texas taxpayer dollars on this stunt, which is all it is. And it was supposed to have been paid for by crowdfunding. But guess what? When it came actual time for people to dump into their pockets and pay for it, they didn't want to do that. So there you have it. So no school lunches, because $3 million is now missing from the budget. That's why Greg Abbott is trending. Quite a guy. Texas GOP is also trending. Oh, my God. Did you see this over the weekend? This has got everybody freaking out. The Texas GOP, they held their annual convention. They're just, again, okay, try not to be political because this is not a political show. The Texas Republican Party approved an official platform at the convention over the weekend declaring that Joe Biden was not legitimately elected. Okay, so they're still fucking nuts. And they also advanced their anti-LGBTQ rhetoric. And here's the one that everybody's talking about. The Texas GOP proposed abolishing the 1965 Voting Rights Act. A major carve-out of the overall Civil Rights Act of 1965. The people in Texas are like, yeah, black people shouldn't be able to vote. Let's get rid of that one. I mean, that's essentially what they're saying. That's what that is. The 1965 Voting Rights Act, they're proposing in the Texas GOP, let's just get rid of that. They're I guess the cliche is saying the quiet parts out loud now. Yeah, no, we're just saying all the quiet parts out loud now because nobody cares. One delegate, David Gebhardt, member in good standing of the Texas GOP, said the provision does no benefit to the party. Well, thank you. At least one person is going, wait a second, what are we doing here? He said the provision does no benefit to the party and calls for softening the language. We are the Republican Party of Texas, not the Westboro Baptist Church, he said to a mix of laughter and boos. Boos! People boo! Jesus. I'm telling you, the things the Westboro Baptist Church believe that we remember 20 years ago, we used to see them and we would all sort of in unison just kind of crinkle our nose and go, oh God, these people. No, that's you now. That is you. That is your neighbor. The Westboro Baptist Church kind of ideology and the way they see the world has been mainstreamed. So, we need to just stop acting like 20 years ago they were weird. Now they're normal. Telling you, that whole thing is, they proposed, the The Texas GOP is proposing the abolishment of the 1965 Voting Rights Act. That's all. We'll leave it at that, and we'll move on. In lighter news, Juneteenth. Juneteenth is trending everywhere. Juneteenth. That was yesterday, right? Juneteenth. Was a little bit worried, right? Because of the times we live in. You're like, oh God, are there going to be problems? There were some problems. Like there's like this new group called White Lives Matter. They sent like handfuls of chuckleheads to like different Juneteenth celebrations. Again, for no reason other than to be a dick. Just being a dick. Hey, what are you guys doing here? Just being a dick. It's a celebration for Black people in Black history. So we're just here because we're not Black. It's not our thing. So we're just going to be a dick because we're incredibly immature. We're not all that bright. And really, we're just angry because we're so confused because everybody tells us shit that we should be angry about. And now we're just all a bunch of powder kegs waiting to go off. So if you've got anything that you think might be a dick move, send us an email and we will get our guys all in line and we'll go and we'll do whatever dick moves you guys want us out there. So there you go. Dick moves. White Lives Matter people showing up at Juneteenth celebrate. You're just being a dick. You are just being a dick. That's all. You don't want anything. What do you want? Say the quiet part. What do you want? Oh, you want them all to go back to Africa. Okay, there you go. That's the quiet part. Ain't going to happen. So you're just being a dick. Dean Norris, professional dick, Dean Norris, although professional because he's an actor and the roles that he plays are always kind of dicky, but I like Dean Norris. Dean Norris is Hank from Breaking Bad. Hank Schrader, was he DEA, ATF, FBI? I'm not even sure. Dean Norris is trending because he's got some comments on gas prices. He says, let's see, what did he tweet out that's got Dean Norris, old Hank Schrader from Breaking Bad trending? Here we go. Let's find the exact tweet. Breaking Bad actor says Americans should shut the up about gas prices if they love capitalism so much. All right, there you go. Actor Dean Norris criticized people who are complaining about soaring gas prices across the United States. The Breaking Bad star said current gas prices are, quote, fair market, and urged anyone who loves capitalism to STFU. It's the acronym for shut the F up. You're not getting robbed at the pump, Norris wrote in a tweet. You're paying fair market price for a commodity. If you love capitalism so much, then shut the f up, he said. I don't want that. The tweet garnered 66,000 likes as of Sunday morning. The tweet also garnered pushback from people pointing out that Norris is wealthy, blah, blah, blah. That's easy to say when you have a net worth of over $5 million, one person commented. He's got to have more than $5 million, I would think. Dean Norris? He's got to be worth more than that, I would think. Anyway, the national average for a gallon of gas sits at more than $4.98, according to AAA. Norris lives in California, where gas is the most expensive at an average of more than $6.40 per gallon. All right, so, I don't know what to make of that. Other than I should say that what he's saying is he's not justifying it. He's anti-capitalist is what he's saying. He's saying, hey, all you so-called capitalists out there, shut the fuck up. This is how the system works. This is the system that you want. You don't have a right to complain about gas prices because you're all capitalism. That's basically what he's saying. Dean Norris, Hollywood liberal, going the long way around, because that statement could get some people to go, oh, he's obviously, one of us. No, he's a Hollywood liberal guy. So he's just taking the long way there. Speaking of that, here we go. World Swimming Organization. Did you know there was such a thing? Did you have any clue that there was such a thing as a World Swimming Organization? I did not. The World Swimming governing body has effectively banned transgender athletes from competing in any women's events. Quoting now, if you transition after the start of puberty, you have an advantage, which is unfair, the spokesperson for the FINA, FINA. I guess that's the abbreviation for it. So now what this group does is so this is Olympics, this is world titles, this is anything that has like people from Czechoslovakia competing against people from Stanford, at some world invite event or whatever. So this is the official governing body of swimming, which I guess they didn't have it. So they're coming out after this past season, the situation at Penn with I can't even remember her name now, but it was a dude who transitioned into a woman. He was a male swimmer on the men's swim team. He was pretty good, and then he transitioned to a woman and joined the women's team and dominated. He went from being just pretty good to just dominating, and she is now going around as a woman, which is fine. But my problem with this whole thing from the very beginning is that I think that there is obvious an advantage between someone who has been a man for 18, 19, 20 years of their life, and then they start to transition over and they want to compete against women, even though, they are still. Anyway, World Swimming Organization, probably going to take some heat, but I don't want to see men MMA fighters fighting women. I don't want to. I've seen a couple of those fights. I've seen Fallon Fox fight. She's bigger, she's faster, she's stronger than every woman that she steps in the ring with because she used to be a male. She used to be a male MMA fighter, and now she's just beating up women. Swimming, same thing. Muscle. I mean, look, I can't pretend to be an expert on what is that, like kinesiology and the way our muscles work and all that kind of stuff, but it certainly does seem that people who transition from being a woman to a man, or from being a man to a woman and then compete in women's sports, and I don't believe the evidence I've seen is anecdotal. I think I've seen enough now in almost 10 years since Fallon Fox started fighting and this whole thing became a thing. I think I've seen enough that tells me that, there is a difference. So look, if you want to be like, hey, Mr. Open-minded here, you want to be, you want to be you be you. You tell me who you are and I will be respectful and I will go, cool. I may not like you. There's a lot of people I don't like. There are people who show me who they are all the time. Doesn't matter what orientation or what gender identity they have. They're just normal people I don't like. I may not like you. You may say, okay, I want to be a woman now. And I'll go, oh God, okay. It may affect our friendship. We may not be friends anymore because that's a little bit much, right? I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? It's not because I don't like trans people, but it seems like, you got some stuff you're working out. I'm not entirely sure. I say this all the time. I'm a man in my 50s. I don't know what the hell's happening in the world anymore. I'm fine with it, though. Doesn't affect me. Doesn't affect my family. We'll just keep moving forward. And all I want is for everybody else to be happy because happy people don't take guns to shopping malls. That's all. I just want people to be cool, to be chill, and everybody get along. But we don't have to like everybody. You don't have to like somebody. People can make choices all the time. The dude across the street. I hate the dude across the street. You know why? Because he parks too far off the curb. I don't like that guy. He's doing that on purpose because he's got nice rims, and I think he's afraid that he's going to bang his rims against the curb because they're high curbs here in Highland Park. But still, he makes it difficult for people pulling out of driveways and stuff because he's like 3 feet off the curb. Drives me nuts. I hate that guy. Has nothing. I don't know anything else about him. I just know that those choices that he makes me not like him. Byron says mental illness. You can say it. But I'm not going to say it. I don't think it's a mental illness at all. I think that we know so little about mental illness. I think that we know so little about all of this shit that's going on in our head, stuff that we consider to be mental. They used to say gay was mental illness. I don't believe that's a mental illness, but that was, the important governing bodies of medicine throughout the world, psychology and psychiatrists and all that. Mental illness was considered or homosexuality was considered a mental illness. And in a lot of cases, it was considered a dangerous mental illness. So I don't know. I don't know about mental. I don't know. The World Swimming Organization has said that we're not going to let people who are recently dudes compete against people who have always been girls. And I think that's fair. I think that's fine. I think you can make progress in the world of trans rights and all that without just completely screwing over some 18-year-old girl from Indiana who spent, 10 hours in a pool every day for the last 10 years, dreaming of being a national champion, only to have that taken away from her at the last minute by somebody who used to be a dude. That's all. I just think that needs to be recognized, that just because you're taking up for the girl from Indiana who has worked her whole life at trying to compete on an equal, I was going to say playing field, but pool, trying to compete in an equal pool. I think that you can stick up for that person and not be transphobic. I think you could say, yeah, no, I'm not transphobic. I just think that we're screwing over these other people. I think that there is an advantage. I agree with the World Swimming Organization. So let's move on. Pope Frank is trending. Pope Frank. Take any opportunity to talk about Pope Frank. Pope Frank is, he's the Pope, Pope Francis. So he is like canceled a whole bunch of stuff. Like he was supposed to do a whole bunch of stuff, but he's canceled it. And they're saying that he's going to resign. They're saying Pope Frank is going to resign. We could have three popes. Because Pope Benny is still living in like the garden apartment behind the Vatican. Pope Benedict. Remember you had, okay, so Pope JP2 dies. And then we make Cardinal Ratzenberger Pope, and he chooses the name Benedict. So he's Pope Benedict. And then he's Pope for 5 or 6 years. And he goes, I'm going to retire. And people are like, popes don't retire. Popes die as Pope. And he's like, it's a new era. I'm going to retire. So he left the Vatican proper, and Pope Benedict moved into like a garden apartment. He's basically like the Cato Kalin out there at the Vatican. He's just living in an apartment in the back, and they made the new guy Pope. And so the new guy, Pope Frank, becomes Pope. And now Pope Frank is saying that he wants to retire. Are we going to, how funny would that be? There's a sitcom for you. A couple of retired popes living together in a garden apartment behind the Vatican. That'll be good. Pope Francis's decision to cancel Africa trip fuels rumors over resignation. Experts say the rumors within the insular Roman Curia are nothing new and often fueled by those with a special interest. How long has he been Pope? Pope Francis has fueled a rumor mill with a postponed Africa trip and the curious timing of an upcoming meeting of cardinals. The speculations were renewed by the announcement about his proposed travel to L'Aquila in central Italy in late August, similar to other popes who have retired. Speculation arose in early May after the 85-year-old appeared in public using a wheelchair for the first time due to pain in his knees. The 85-year-old canceled his proposed Africa trip in July due to forced use of a wheelchair. At the request of his doctors and in order to not jeopardize the results of the therapy that he is undergoing for his knee, the Holy Father has been forced to postpone with regret his apostolic journey to the Democratic Republic of Congo and to South Sudan. Trip had been planned for July 2nd through 7th. It's been a later date will be determined. All right, so there you have it. So everybody's thinking Pope Frank's going to retire. Pope Frank. We'll have two popes sharing a garden apartment behind the Vatican. How fun. Colbert is trending. I love this. This started on Thursday night or Friday night. This happened on Friday night, and it is still trending today. So, did you guys hear about this? This is I don't know how to even frame this. So a bunch of you better believe I'm tuning into Stephen Colbert tonight though, because unless it's not a live show. So Stephen Colbert sent producers and writers and a camera crew to the United States Capitol on Friday, right? So they're doing a bit. They're doing a bit for the Colbert Show. And something went squirrely where they didn't get all the footage that they needed. So they went back Friday night and just walked into the Capitol and started, filming their bit. They were arrested by Capitol Police because they weren't supposed to be in there. They snuck back in. So because it's Colbert and because it's his writing team and his camera people and, the performers. So now all weekend long, and it's the reason it's still trending, is because the crazy people on the right who absolutely do not recognize They make no distinction between anything. They're like, arrest them, throw them in jail. They were trying to overthrow the government. I'm like, oh, stop it. You guys, it was a Triumph the Insult comic dog bit that they Robert Smigel, one of the great comedy writers of the last 30 to 40 years of American comedy, was arrested and put in handcuffs. Robert Smigel, Triumph, the Insult comic dog. What for me to poop on? That guy. That's the guy. Stop it. Stop it. Were they trespassing? Probably. Yeah, probably. Were they attempting to overthrow the? No, they were filming a bit for television. People are so disingenuous. People are just so an inability to make a distinction between, well, let's go ahead and say it. What we all saw on January 6th and Stephen Colbert and Triumph the Insult comic dog being arrested. They're not the same thing, people. They're not even close to being the same thing. And you are showing how stupid you are, or at the very least, how disingenuous you are intellectually when you put all of these things together. You should not be allowed to have an opinion on these things. You shouldn't even be allowed to use the remote control in your house. You make no distinction between one thing being something and another thing being another, because they both occurred at the Capitol. They're both the same thing to you people, and that's how stupid people are walking around. Come on, it's ridiculous. You cannot like Colbert. Hell, I don't like Colbert's politics. I don't like that he has gotten so overtly political with his show. I still think he's funny. I think he's a funny guy. I just don't like the politics, right? You can think that and not immediately believe that he was trying to overthrow the government with Triumph the Insult comic dog. Telling you. Is there a new Colbert tonight? I don't even know. But if there is, I'm going to record it. I'm going to record it because I want to see what they have to say about it, because I'm sure it's going to be hysterical. Let's see. Oh, here's an example. This is Twitter reacts to the Stephen Colbert arrest. And by the way, Stephen Colbert wasn't arrested. His team was. The arrests included Robert Smigel, the puppeteer of Triumph the Insult comic dog. So, you people are so ridiculous. After the United States Capitol Police announced Friday that they had arrested a group of staffers associated with CBS's The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, the night before, a multitude of comments criticizing, supporting, and even making fun of the incident flooded social media. The arrested included Jake Plunkett, Allison Martinez, Tyrone Dean, Stephen Roman, Nicolette Green, Brendan Hurley, Josh Commerce, David Feldman, Robert Smigel. Okay, there you go. So that's all of them. Jesus, some of these are just so stupid. This is exactly what the January 6th protesters are charged with. So will these Colbert creeps get the same no bail solitary confinement treatment? No, they won't. Because it's not the same thing, you fucking moron. Jason the Storm says, I'd say the Colbert staffers should get 60 days in prison, a year of probation, and need Uncle Sammy's permission to apply for a Target card. Oh my God. You people, it's not the same thing. It's a comedy bit. And if you can't tell that, if you can't make that distinction, you're broken. You are so sucked into your fucked up side of things, whether it's the right or the left. If you can't make a distinction between they had cameras. They were filming the whole thing. It was for a comedy bit on network television. Did they trespass? Yeah. Should they have been arrested? Yeah. Stop acting like it's the same fucking thing. It's not. People are just so dumb. Others sarcastically suggested that they get 60 days in prison and said the Colbert's show and home should now be raided by the FBI. Yeah, that's a good use of your tax dollars. Just stop it. You can think he's just people. Twitter reacts. 60%. Man, there's a lot of bullshit divisive stuff here that's going to just make me go off, but 60% is trending. A new Ipsos poll found that 60% of those surveyed believe that the House Select Committee is conducting a fair and impartial investigation. Also, 6 out of 10 people polled believe that President Donald Trump should be charged for his role in the That's 6 out of 10. That's 60% of the American people. Granted, it's a poll, and polls are bullshit, but so 60% of people believe that the House Select Committee is conducting a fair and impartial investigation. And also 60% believe that former President Trump should be arrested and held responsible for his role. We will see. Kyrie Irving is trending. Let's cleanse the palate. I hate Kyrie Irving. Sources, this comes from Shams Charania. Kyrie Irving and the Nets are at an impasse in conversations about the future in Brooklyn, clearing the way for the 7-time All-Star to consider the open market. Lakers and Knicks expected to emerge among potential suitors. Good. Let the Lakers or the Knicks deal with him. Kyrie Irving, please. Beyonce is trending because old Beehive, the girls in the Beehive, they're all buzzing about. They're all losing their minds right now. Beyonce is trending because she is going to launch her Renaissance era. That's the other thing that's trending. #Renaissance. Beyonce is apparently embarking on a new era of existence, and she's calling it her Renaissance era. And tonight at midnight, she is at midnight Eastern time. So what would that be? 11 p.m. our time. So Beyonce is going to be releasing a new song called Break My Soul. Break My Soul. And that is why Beyonce and #Renaissance are both trending right now. Beyonce's dropping a new banger. All right, so there you go. Relentlessly Gay is trending. No, I like this story. Here, let me, should we pull this one up? Should we let you see what this one's all about? Hold on. I just love the use of the term relentlessly gay. It makes me smile. That word that's somebody. All right, so here's what happened. So somebody left, a neighbor, theoretically, left an anonymous note on somebody's house. Okay, somebody's lawn, sign, fence, whatever. I'm not even entirely sure. But here's the note. So we're gonna let you read the note, and then we'll talk about the kind of person that. All right, here you go. All right, so here's the note. Right there you go. Can you read that? It says, "Dear resident of 4900 Kenwood Avenue, your yard is becoming relentlessly gay." In bold type, underlined with an exclamation point. Myself and others in the neighborhood ask that you tone it down. This is a Christian area, and there are children. Keep it up, and I will be forced to call the police on you. Your kind need to have respect for God, a concerned homeowner. What does that mean about the quiet parts out loud? Now, this person is gutless. This person, I've talked about this for years now, just how the lack of blowback, the anonymity that has been granted us through participating in social networks and online commentary, whether it's posts and all that stuff, it has really tapped into our piece of shit side as human beings. Because if we don't have any fear of being responsible for our takes or our aggressions or the things that we say to people or the way we tell people or demand of people that they live their lives according to what we deem suitable, this is all because of people posting, people comments, people, all this kind of stuff. Anonymity, man. People are emboldened by it. This person is a horrendous coward because even after all of this, a concerned homeowner. No, tell me who you are and let's have a talk about it. Relentlessly gay, tone it down, Christian, God. What the hell are you talking? Don't you really want to see the neighborhood now, or at least the house? I want to know what constitutes relentlessly gay. I'm assuming, and this is without seeing the home, I am assuming that there's a rainbow flag, right? Probably. Maybe a pride sign, something like that. Relentlessly gay, this person's yard is. Don't just stop it. We've got a situation here in this neighborhood, which is crazy. So a couple couple of blocks north of where I am is a street called Beverly, and Beverly runs. It connects over the tollway, so there's only like one half of our neighborhood is on one side of the tollway, and the other half is on the other side of the tollway. And there's only one or two streets. I believe it's like maybe Bordeaux and Beverly are the ones that have bridges that cross over the tollway. Now, remember, all of these houses in this neighborhood, I mean, you can't get a pile of dirt in this neighborhood for less than $3 million. So all of these houses that are along these streets are just beautiful, straight out of Hollywood, just beautiful, all-American, multi-million-dollar homes. There is one house on Beverly Avenue that has, well, they enjoy the yard art. We'll put it that way. They enjoy knickknacks. They enjoy all different kinds of things and squirrels and little plastic deer, and they've got some what are those things called? The pink flamingos. They've got some of that stuff. Then they got all kinds of things hanging from their trees, like light bulbs. It's a crazy person's house, is what I'm trying to tell you. There is a person who lives in a $3, $4, maybe $5 million home on Beverly Avenue right here, who has a front yard that looks like a freaking, you know what it looks like? Honestly, their front yard looks like they're having a yard sale for antiques. It's just all kinds of crazy stuff. And the people who live next door have beautiful manicured lawn and, just a great, great house. People on the other side, same thing. And then these people in the middle just have like nonsense all over their yard. And so they put these signs. You know what? I wonder if I could show this to you. Hold on. I bet you I could show you these people's yard just so I don't have to describe it to you. But it's a crazy person. It's a crazy person. Here, yeah. You know what? I'm going to show this to you. Hold on. Because I know it'll show up. Yeah. I know that they didn't just put all this nonsense up in the last couple of weeks. So there's probably going to be... Oh, no. Yep. Hold on. Yee-hee. Oh my God, my kid was using. All right, here we go. All right, let me show you these people's house. So their neighbors are obviously not happy about what's going on with these people's houses. So these people have put signs out in front of they're all over their yard saying, if you love our yard art. Hold on, let's see where we are. All right, hold on. There's a country club. Where's Beverly? Where's Beverly? So I can show you these crazy people's house. Flipping part. There's Beverly. All right. All right. Okay. So I think they're probably somewhere right in here. Let's see if we can't see their yard. Should be right here. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, look at those beautiful homes. Beautiful homes. Going the right way. All right. All right. So I think it's not. Ah, there it is. Yeah, you can see it. Look at this. Look at this insane yard. All right. Do you see this? Look at this insane yard. Is that showing up good? I don't know if I can show it to you any better. Look at the poor people on the right here with their nice little white house, nice little manicured lawn. Look at these people. They've got like all knickknacks. They got stuff. Oh, they don't have the stuff hanging from the trees. And when you walk by, because this is one of the paths that I run by. When you run by, you can look in the windows and you can just see that it's just nonsense inside too. The inside of this house is probably just a hoarder's dream. Oh, okay, right here. See this? See the sign right here? Do you see the white sign? All right, so that white sign is a plea from these crazy people to say, please support us. They're trying to make us take down our yard stuff. And I ain't supporting him because I think it looks ridiculous. I mean, look at the neighborhood. This neighborhood is beautiful. This street is gorgeous. These houses are all absolutely just. I mean, these are like Highland Park, rich people houses. There are no. This does not belong here. All right, so there you have it. And that's why Relentlessly Gay is trending. Relentlessly Gay, because some other neighbors don't like that their neighborhood is looking relentlessly gay. What else is happening here? What else is trending? Let's see here. Paul Haggis. You know the film director and screenwriter Paul Haggis? What did he do? $1 Million Baby. I think he's most famous for. He wrote $1 Million Baby. Crash. You ever seen that movie Crash? About the people who are sexually turned on by injuries sustained in car accidents. Oh, it's so weird. He is such a weird guy. It's just, if you've never seen Crash, Paul Haggis is trending because he has been arrested in Italy on sexual assault charges. Oscar-winning Canadian screenwriter and director Paul Haggis has been arrested in Ostuni, southern Italy on charges of sexual assault and aggravated personal injury. Let's see here. According to multiple Italian press reports and a note from the public prosecutor of the nearby city of Brindisi, Haggis is charged with forcing a young foreign, meaning non-Italian, woman to undergo sexual intercourse over the course of 2 days in Ostuni, where he was scheduled to hold several master classes at the Allora Fest, a new film event being launched by Los Angeles-based Italian journalist Silvio Bizio and Spanish art critic Sol Castales Dultan. It's set to run from June 21st to June 26th. All right, so here's what we got so far. So Paul Haggis is invited over to Italy. He's going to do like a master class where he teaches people, I don't know what he does. And so he ends up in a little tryst with a young woman who is non-Italian. She's a foreigner. We don't know where she's from. Ends up in a situation with her, and it goes squirrely, and she goes to the police, and it just sounds like he said, she said, right? That's what it sounds like at this point. Let's dig in a little bit deeper because it gets a little bit more complicated for Paul Haggis. Let's see here. Under Italian law, I cannot discuss the evidence. Haggis's longtime personal attorney, Priya Chaudhry, said in a statement. That said, I am confident that all allegations will be dismissed against Mr. Haggis. He is totally innocent and willing to fully cooperate with the authorities so that the truth comes out quickly. Well, they always say that, don't they? In a statement, the Allora Fest said that they have learned with dismay and shock the news that Paul Haggis is in custody for alleged violence. The Fest directors immediately proceeded to remove any participation of the director from the event, and at the same time, they expressed full solidarity with the woman involved. All right, so I mean, I guess we're believing the woman. All right, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not believing the woman outright. I need more information than this. I know that there's a woman who said this happened, and I know that this guy made Crash, which tells me that he is a weird dude. So, I'm a little bit leaning on her side, but I'm not ready to just completely go on her until you find out a little bit more. Okay, so no, walk with me on this. There is some more information. According to an Italian police report, the alleged victim, after being assaulted, was taken by Haggis to the Casale Airport in Brindisi and left there on Friday morning at the crack of dawn, despite her precarious physical and psychological conditions. So, early in the morning on Friday, he pulls up to the airport and he just kind of dumps her at the airport. And apparently she's all messed up. He's just all right, baby, go ahead, get on your plane. At the airport, the alleged rape victim, in a, quote, confused state, according to the report, was assisted by airport staff and border police who, after having given her first aid, accompanied her to the offices of the Italian Mobile Police Unit. Police agents then took the woman to the Perino Hospital, where Italy's so-called pink protocol for rape victims was put into effect. So He pulls up at the airport, right? It's he said, she said, but then we learned that he just like dumped her at the airport, and she was so messed up that police, security and police at the airport had to take care of her. So, she went through something, and then police sent her to the Haggis, who wrote $1 Million Baby. Here we go. Haggis, who wrote $1 Million Baby and co-wrote and directed Crash. Oh, such a weird movie. Both of which won an Oscar. Was sued in 2018 by publicist Haley Breest, who alleged that he had violently raped her after a premiere in 2013. That suit prompted 3 additional women to come forward with their own sexual misconduct accusations against Haggis, who has vehemently denied the claims. The first trial is still pending due to COVID delays. Okay. All right, so 2018. All right, that's fine. Those are the COVID delays. What happened with 2013? That's the suit that I want to know. Did he settle that? So that's why Paul Haggis is trending. Paul Haggis. If you've ever seen Crash, you're just like, yeah, maybe he needs to go to jail. Maybe that guy's got some weird stuff. If that's what he's comfortable putting on screen as a reflection of his inner creativity, then yeah, let's keep an eye on old Paul Haggis. The Chicks are trending. You know the Chicks are? The Chicks are the new there's a new name that we go with for the Dixie Chicks. They're not the Dixie Chicks anymore. They're not just the Chicks. The Chicks are trending today because they canceled a show. They didn't cancel it. So imagine this. Imagine how much this would suck. Now, and by the way, I love the Chicks. I love Natalie Maine. I think Natalie Maine is such a cool ass chick. I drank with her once at the Lakewood Tap. Didn't even know it was her. Actually, I did know it was her, but I had to pretend like I didn't know it was her because it was just the whole thing. But anyway, it was very cool. She's a cool chick. I really like her. The Chicks cut their Indianapolis concert short. We are so sorry. We could not give you the show you deserved, they said in an announcement. The Chicks surprised fans at Noblesville, Indiana's Roof Music Center on Sunday night when they cut short their show after just a handful of songs. Let's see here. The Grammy-winning country trio performed for less than 30 minutes before leaving the stage. Some comments from fans who attended the show alluded to singer Natalie Maine's possibly struggling with vocal issues. But an official statement from Maine's, Emily Strayer, and Marty McGuire did not provide any specifics on why the show was cut short. Here's what they said. Indianapolis, we are so sorry we could not give you the show you deserved, the Chicks wrote, or the show that we wanted to give you. We will be back in Indianapolis. Hold on to your tickets. While a spokesperson for the group had not returned Billboard's request for comment on the foreshortened show, some of the fan comments on the trio's Instagram post also alluded to possible vocal issues for Maine's. Let's see here. Somebody wrote, my heart broke when Natalie fought back tears. We will be waiting. These Indiana allergies get me every year, and I've lived here for 6 years, read one. While another wrote, we could tell you were really struggling, Natalie. Those cotton trees get the best of all of us here in Indiana. In fan shot video from the show, an upset Natalie Maines can be heard saying, you all will get tickets, I promise. I just can't. We'll try one more song, but I don't think I can. I can't sing. Waiting for this. I just can't sing here. I'm waiting for this shot to kick in. So she took a shot of steroids is what she's saying. And it just wasn't helping her. The canceled Ruoff show came just 2 days after the Chicks made their debut at the Bonnaroo Festival in Manchester, Tennessee on Friday night, ripping through a set that included a mix of classics, Goodbye Earl, Wide Open Spaces, Not Ready to Make Nice. I love the Chicks, man. I'm sorry. All of those songs are bangers. And I'm not even like a country fan, but man, they are good. The Chicks are awesome. And burners from their most recent album, 2020's Gaslighter. Okay. So here's the official statement. Indianapolis, we are so sorry we could not give you the show you deserved or the show that we wanted to give you. We will be back in Indianapolis. Please hold on to your tickets. Ticket holders will be contacted by the official point of purchase with further information. We love you all, the Chicks. All right, there you go. Hey, I can relate, man. I couldn't talk at all last week. By Thursday and Friday of last week, I was like down here. I was like, I couldn't get any. There was nothing. And I can't, you don't want to hear me sing. So who knows what's up with that? Couldn't sing, couldn't talk. Let's see here. The planets are trending. Huh? How exciting is this? The planets. Why? Oh, another celestial event that will never happen again. And if you don't, change everything about you don't want to stay up late. You're going to want to screw with your schedule because something's happening in the sky that is never going to happen again until next month. Next month something new will happen. This is my big complaint about celestial events. There's going to be a partial lunar eclipse, and it's going to be the first time you're going to be able to see this on Earth for the next 1,000 years. And then we all go, 1,000 years? And then like a couple of weeks later, there's going to be a partial lunar eclipse, and it's going to be, it's always something. There's always something. And you're never going to be able to see it again for another 100 years. I'm so tired. There's always something. There's always something coming up next month, some kind of big celestial event that we can all stay up late for and sit outside and watch the summer sky is whatever happens. Epic alignment of 5 planets. It's epic, you guys. Epic. This is an epic alignment of 5 planets. You guys, this is epic. This is epic. This is like biblical. It's like a biblical alignment of 5 planets. And you got to go all the way back to 2004. Okay. Now, I know that seems like a long time if you're 10, but 2004 was not a long time. That's the last. So in 2004, I could have seen this, and then they'd be like, you won't be able to see it again until 2022. I'd have been like, yeah, that's fine. That doesn't seem that far off. It's 2004, 2022. Epic alignment of 5 planets. Moon to peak after summer solstice. This rare planetary parade has not been seen since 2004 and won't happen again until 2040. 2040, that's 18 years. But that's fine. That's what I said. Okay, so I just said the same as 2004 to 2022. It's going to be another 18 years. If you miss it, knock wood. Hopefully we're all still around in 18 years. A rare planetary alignment that won't occur again for nearly 2 decades. Nearly 2 decades. See the overhype. Just say 18 years. Just say, but no, because they want to create a sense of urgency in nearly 2 decades. Well, that's over 20 years. No, it's not. It's only 18 years. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn have lined up in the early morning sky. A planetary procession that can be seen above the eastern horizon every morning through the end of June. This long-lasting event will give, I don't even care. There you go. But that's why planets are trending. I don't care. There you go. You can see, you want to look it up? Go ahead. Just Google search epic planetary alignment. And it'll show up. Bitcoin is trending. Let's see why Bitcoin is trending. Well, I know why Bitcoin is trending. Let me check my Bitcoin. Now, I had at one point, a whole $25 in Bitcoin. $25. I started at like, I think when I fully started, like some people gave me $10, some people gave me $5, but whatever. I started at like $25 in Bitcoin. Let's see where that $25 is now. $6.71. $6.71. I am looking at the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not, although it is up 2.21%, and it's back over 20,000. That was a big concern. I don't give a shit about Bitcoin. I'm just watching it. I'm just seeing how volatile the market is. If it is even a market, I don't even know what it is. So it was down to 17. It was under 17,000 over the weekend, and now it's climbed back up to 20. So Bitcoin has been quite the roller coaster ride. If you're one of these people that are like all hooked up into Bitcoin. Bitcoin bounces back after falling to new lows over the weekend. Over the weekend, Bitcoin had fallen as low as 17,000. The cryptocurrency market has been hit by a number of factors. Like what? It's not real? Is that like the main factor? It's not real. It's the cryptocurrency market has been hit by a number of factors, ranging from the collapse of stablecoin Terra USD to questions of solvency at crypto lender Celsius. Macroeconomic factors, including high inflation and upcoming rate hikes from the U.S. Federal Reserve, are also weighing in on the crypto market. Bitcoin jumped on Monday after the cryptocurrency fell below its 2017 high over the weekend, but investors remained on edge thanks to a slew of negative crypto headlines and macro factors keeping pressure on sentiment. The world's largest cryptocurrency by market cap climbed above the 20,000 mark for much of the day on Monday. However, it last edged lower by 1.2% to 19,000 a coin. I don't know what this means. I don't know what any of this means. With Bitcoin unable to hold convincingly above 20,000, industry watchers said the rally might be short-lived. Vijay Aiyar, Vice President of Corporate Development and International at crypto exchange Luna. Is that even a sentence? Vijay Aiyar, Vice President of Corporate Development and International at crypto exchange Luna. Vice President of Corporate Development and International. International what? Vice President of Corporate Development and International at crypto exchange Luna. Okay, it doesn't seem like a... Told CNBC that unless the price of Bitcoin closes above 23,000 on a daily time frame basis, the odds are this is a dead cat bounce. We're oversold, so a bounce was expected, he added. All right, so I got like $6 left. I had 25 in my high. Now I got like $6 left. Dumb question, but when that goes to zero, that's it. I'm out, right? It's not gonna like, well, once there's zero, there's nothing to bounce back, right? There's nothing. All right. Well, we'll see. Knock wood. We'll see if riding that crypto train. Fox News is trending. This is one of them Jerry Jones moves. You know how Jerry Jones likes to so Jerry Jones has a scandal in the Cowboys organization. And then he denies the scandal. The scandal's not true. That's all nonsense. They're just making all that stuff up. None of it's true. None of it's true. And then Jerry Jones writes a big check and he gives it to the people who are saying the untrue accusations. And then he says, yeah, I just paid them because, they're good people and they're part of the Cowboy family and they're going through some stuff. See, that's like that bullshit. You know what I mean? Stop it. Well, Fox News does the same thing. And Fox News is trending because they've paid a Fox News anchor, someone who I don't even know this. I don't watch Fox News. Fox News paid $15 million to a former host who filed a pay disparity claim. Fox News agreed to a roughly $15 million settlement with a female former host who complained about gender-based pay disparities at the cable news network, according to documents reviewed by the Washington Post. Although the kind of sum won by Melissa Francis, I don't even know who Melissa Francis is, but that's who it is. Although the kind of sum won by Melissa Francis, an on-air personality for several shows on Fox News and Fox Business, is unusual in television news, it underscores perennial concerns that women do not prosper, as well as men in the industry. An issue Francis says she personally attempted to investigate by researching what her peers earned at Fox. Francis and her attorney declined to comment on the settlement, which has not been previously reported. Francis separately filed a complaint with the New York State Department of Labor claiming that Fox retaliated against her after she pointed out pay disparities at the network. Her attorney, Kevin Minzer, said she filed the pending complaint with the state, not for herself, but for the women of the company who remain behind. Will she be divvying out that $15 million? Because she filed it for the women at the company who were being left behind. And then they gave her a $15 million check. So she will be that 15. I'm thinking all the women, right? There's a girl in there's a girl in the mailroom at Fox right now who's going to get like, I don't know what, 10 grand. Is that how we're going to do it? In a statement, a spokesman for Fox News said, "We parted ways with Melissa Francis over a year and a half ago." Okay, this is the Jerry Jones thing. This is, remember I said, that Fox News is doing like Jerry Jones. In a statement, a spokesperson for Fox News said, "We parted ways with Melissa over a year and a half ago. and her allegations were entirely without merit. We have also fully cooperated with the New York State Department of Labor's investigation and look forward to the completion of this matter. All right, so here we go. We parted ways with Melissa over a year and a half ago, and her allegations were entirely without merit. But you gave her $15 million. $15 million is a lot of merit. 15 million. So you fired her. You gave her whatever her, whatever was owed her. She probably had a little severance package, which, at that level is probably nice. Maybe she got like $50K in a nice severance package. Yeah, Melissa, we're just not going to use you anymore. So here you go. Here's your severance package. Go away. You're fired. We don't want you on the air anymore. And then so she starts making these claims, and she goes to the New York State Board of Labor, and she opens up an official investigation there, and then they give her $15 million. What happened? You gave her the severance, you let her go. That was all above. And then you're saying there's no merit to anything that she's doing, but you gave her $15 million for doing it? That's very Jerry Jones. That is very Jerry Jones. If there's no merit to her claims and you're waiting to see what the outcome of the New York State Board of Labor is, then why are you giving her $15 million? Honestly, you know what? Now I need one of these like weird Project Veritas groups or whatever to go in. I need them to make sure that she's kicking back some of that $15 million to all the women she left behind. Because remember, that's the reason that she did it with the New York State Board of Labor. She didn't open that investigation for her own benefit. She opened up that investigation for all the women left behind at Fox. Well, she's got $15 million. So let's see if she helps them out. Narco Pets. Narco Pets is trending. What is happening with Narco Pets? What is this story? Oh God, I'm sorry. I saw this story. So this is a story about, apparently there was like a big drug cartel shootout in Mexico over the weekend, and like a whole bunch of people died, like 20, 30 people, whatever. Just but like if you've seen Narcos or if you've watched Queen of the South or whatever, any of these shows about cartels in Mexico, you know how it goes down. So this particular shootout, apparently it occurred on the property of some drug cartel guy who likes exotic animals. That's a thing. First of all, any kind of a dirtbags love exotic animals. You show me a dude with an iguana, I will show you somebody who is a dirtbag. You show me somebody who lives in an apartment in Grand Prairie, and in their apartment they have a giant boa constrictor in a tank. I will show you somebody with a very interesting arrest record. It's just a fact. People who have weird animals, dudes who want weird animals, they're just weird people. They're weird people and they get into weird shit. So cartel guys, they start getting all this money, like, I made $1 million in the last 3 days. They don't know what to do with the money because they can't put it into banks and all that stuff. So they spend it on stupid shit. And oftentimes a lot of the stupid shit, it's whatever they can dream of. Whatever they can dream of and that they can get their hand. So they have buddies who are on the dark web and they get a lion sent to them, right? So now all of a sudden you've got some dude, some cartel boss living in the middle of Chihuahua, Mexico, and he's got a lion and he's got a tiger. So anyway, this gunfight breaks out here at the property of this cartel boss in Mexico. Where exactly in Mexico is it? Well, like I know, like I have no idea. Find Mexico City on a map. I can't do it. I have no idea where Mexico City is. I could maybe find you Playa in Cancun, and I know that I could find you Cozumel because that's the little one that's just off the coast. That's it. I can't find you anything else. Mexican narcos' fascination with exotic animals was on full display this week after a spider monkey dressed up as a drug gang mascot was killed in a shootout. Also, a 450-pound tiger just wandered the streets in the aftermath of the shootouts. It's so when the shootout is happening, it's just chaos, right? And so it's just noisy and people are running and they're screaming and maybe some things sort of slow down for individuals. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I mean? But it's bang, 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 bang. Everything's happening so fast. And then it stops. And there is just like this moment where you're trying to figure, am I shot? Okay. Are there any more gunfire? There's no more bullets being fired. Am I shot? Okay, no. I'm laying underneath this car in the middle of the street. I think I may have gotten away with this. And then you look up and you just see a tiger just walking around. Just walking around. 450-pound tiger was wandering the streets. This in the Pacific Coast state of Nayarit. Man died after trying to pet the tiger. Okay, so so you survive the shootout with the other drug cartel, and then you dust yourself off, and you go, "Oh, a tiger! I'm gonna go say hello to." And the tiger kills the guy right there on the spot. The monkey that was shot, however, had a little. He had a little Kevlar vest on. The monkey was wearing Kevlar. Photos from the scene of the shootout in Texcalitlon. I can't even say it. It's too crazy a word. With police, 11 drug gang members were killed. Multiple others were seriously wounded. Some of the photos showed a small monkey dressed in a tiny camouflage jacket with a tiny bulletproof vest sprawled across the body of a dead gunman who was apparently his owner. Oh, he had a little bulletproof vest for the monkey. Didn't work because apparently the monkey's dead. But there you go. That's why cartel pets. Or I'm sorry, narco pets. Narco pets are trending. All right. That's pretty much it. That's all I got. Let's jump in and let's see if there's anything else that's trending that we can do for today. Oh, I see. Franklin Graham, isn't that Billy Graham's kid? Franklin Graham is trending. He's trending because apparently some woman in his church was being beaten up by her husband, and he told her to go back to him and that it was her fault or whatever. And now this woman is what? Talking to Katie Couric. I don't know. Whatever. This woman's now going, and he told me to go back to my husband. Oh, shut up. Oh, stop it. Honestly, of all... Don't even get me started. Let's see here. What else is trending? Warriors Parade. Apparently, they are celebrating the Golden State Warriors NBA championship today. There you have that's going on. Everything's good. It's World Refugee Day. We didn't see that in the national calendar. Don't know where that came from. World Refugee Day is held annually on June 20th to celebrate and honor displaced people around the world. All right, there you go. But for the grace of God, go all of us. That's right. We're all lucky. We don't have to be refugees. Franklin Graham. Texas GOP. We talked about that. Listen to Bill Gates. Now I'm going to pass on that one. More Beyonce is trending. A completely different Beyonce. Be With You is trending. 19 years ago today, Beyonce released her debut album, Dangerously in Love. All right. By the way, also, very big deal, at least if you follow social media trends, Beyonce is releasing a new song tonight at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. Secret War, Brian Wilson is trending. Knesset. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Israeli parliament. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get into a conversation. We're going to talk about Israeli politics. Yikes. Okay. Let's see what else we have here. It's going to be a slow day. It's going to be one of those. Apparently, there is something happening in Israel. Israel is heading to elections. Lapid to become prime minister. This will be the 5th vote for prime minister in 3 years. Okay. All right. Very good. More about the poll. Folks, that's about it. That's about all I got here. I don't know. Prince William, I guess, is turning 40. I don't know when he's turning 40 because he didn't show up in my birthdays for today. Maybe tomorrow. Let's see what this story is all about. Prince William. William at 40, a milestone birthday in a life under scrutiny. Prince William was a good-looking kid. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be like, oh, that dude's in line to be king of England. Look at him. He's handsome. He's tall. He's thin. Have you seen him lately? He's like weird looking. Hey, look, I got mirrors around here too. I know I'm weird looking. I'm just saying I'm not the future king of England. And honestly, I don't know if he is either. I mean, how long is Grandma going to go? Grandma is going to be on the throne. His dad, Prince Charles is like 80 years old. Prince Charles is going to be like king of England at like 80 years old. And then how long is he going to go? 20 years? I don't know. Ain't nobody going to. Let's see. The world watched as Prince William grew from a tow-headed schoolboy to a dashing air-sea rescue pilot to a balding father of three. But as he turns 40 on Tuesday, tomorrow's his birthday. All right, so we'll get into all this tomorrow. Or maybe not. I don't know. Well, what is there to say about you know how I feel about the royal family? I'm obsessed with the royal family. I am fascinated by everything about the royal family. But I don't know, not for the reasons that you believe. Not because, I'm like some little girl who dreams of someday being a princess. No, screw that nonsense. I am obsessed with the psychosis of the British people. I am obsessed with this idea that the British people are cousins. They're our cousins. They're us. They're the same as us. They're Americans. Come on, that's who we broke from. They are us. Our people who are exactly like us in just about every single way imaginable, except that they believe that there are special people appointed by God to be more important than they are. And they just play along with this mass psychosis. They just play along with it. I don't get it. As an American, as someone who believes in a representative democracy, who believes in, elections and voting and all that kind of stuff. Although, trust me, I've been I've been pushed back on that whole thinking over the past couple of years. I'm not even sure that we have the best situation, but I do know that our situation is better than just saying, see that old lady? We're going to make her more important than everybody else. We're going to make her, we all agree that random old lady is the most important. God is involved in that random old lady. It's ridiculous. And then they just have a bunch of kids who grow up rich kids. They're like rich kids. I'm obsessed with it. I know all about it. I love The Crown. I love all that. I'm obsessed with it. But again, not because one day I hope Prince Charles or Prince Charming, whoever, I hope he sweeps me off my feet and makes me a princess. No, it ain't like that. And I don't think it's good. I just think it's so weird. There is a national mass delusion. There is a united psychosis that has overtaken the United Kingdom, where these people, hey, I'm American and I'm Irish. Two groups of people who are like, what? That old lady? You people are nuts. So I'm sure we'll have more on Prince William tomorrow. Okay. You know what? Let's check this. Let's try. We'll run through because we came up a little bit short today. Still got at least 15 minutes to try and push forward. Hold on. No. Where the hell? There we go. All right. Pull up some raw trends. Raw trends. So these are things that I haven't looked at yet, but are happening right now. Golden State Warriors. There you go. Raw trends number one across how many platforms? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the big ones. Golden State Warriors is trending right now because of their big parade that is happening there. They won the NBA championship, so good for them. Number 2 across 1, 2, 3, 4 platforms. Republican Party of Texas. So, the national people are getting to dig their teeth into the Republican Party of Texas meeting over the weekend. Jumbo floating restaurant. Floating Hong Kong restaurant capsizes in South China Sea. Okay, that ain't good. Bill Nye, the science guy, is trending. What is Bill Nye trending for? Read a history book. Bill Nye is schooled online after claiming that Juneteenth. Oh God, what did he do? What did Bill Nye do? Read a history book. Bill Nye is schooled online after claiming that Juneteenth was the day slavery ended in the U.S., even though it was not fully abolished until 6 months later. Yeah, he knew that. Okay, all right, so I know what this is about. I read that. Okay, all right. Whatever. I'm not going to get into a whole Bill Nye thing. I like Bill Nye. Bill Nye seems like a nice guy. He seems like a nice person. You know what Bill Nye seems like? A non-dick. That's right. There is nothing dickish about Bill Nye. Bill Nye, non-dick. Young and the Restless is trending. Is that show still on? That's like, are soap operas still on? I guess General Hospital is still on, right? BART, the Bay Area Rapid Transit System is trending here at number 7 on 3 platforms. Oh, it's got to be because of the Golden State Warriors parade. That's what BART has technical problems, insane lines on day of Warriors parade. There you go. One day you need it to really be working, and it's not. Israeli Prime Minister Bennett says he is dissolving parliament, plunging the country into its 5th election in nearly 3 years. All right, so there was a thing. So there was a thing happening in Israel. They have no government at the moment in Israel. They've dissolved parliament, at least according to the trend. Lithuania is trending. Lithuania is trending because Russia is now getting... Did you even know that Lithuania was still a thing? I don't know. I like if you had said last night at 11 o'clock, hey, Pugs, is Lithuania a current country, or was it a country that was a country, like, and then it stopped being a country, and then it became a country again, like in the 90s for a little bit, but now it's called something. I would have said, yeah, I don't think Lithuania is still a country. Apparently it is. Apparently Lithuania is a country. Russia threatens retaliation as Lithuania bans goods. Russia threatens retaliation as Lithuania bans goods transit to Kaliningrad. All right. I don't know what that's about. Apparently Lithuania. Oh, I do know what this is about. Okay. So Lithuania has decided that they're not going to ship any more food and stuff like that to Russia. And Russia's like, no, you're gonna. And Lithuania's like, no, we're not. We don't like what you're doing to Ukraine. And quite frankly, we don't like the way you're talking to us. And we're just going to sit this out. So if you want to feed your soldiers, you're going to have to do it without Lithuanian stuff. And now Russia's like, no, you're not. So that's where we are. Russia has provoked concern in Brussels after threatening to retaliate over Lithuania's ban on the transit of goods across its territory to Russian Baltic Sea enclave, Kaliningrad. The move by the government in Vilnius was described as unprecedented in Moscow, where the Russian Foreign Office said they reserve the right to respond to protect their national interest. So it's like, send us bread or we're going to invade you. Don't you have your... This is the tough guy who gets his ass whipped on the dance floor, and then as everything is sort of calming down, he starts to pick a fight with another guy because he didn't learn his lesson. That's what Russia's doing. Russia, you have your hands full with the Ukraine. Don't go saber. You were... How to work out with Sweden and Finland. You were saber rattling at Sweden and Finland, and now they're joining NATO. That didn't work out good. Now you got Lithuania. They're not sending you food. They're not doing that. They're like, we're going to sit this out. And now you're saber rattling at them. Crazy times. The move by the government in Vilnius was described as unprecedented in Moscow, where the Russian Foreign Office said they reserve the right to respond to protect their national interests. Give us it. Give me it. The comment set off alarm bells in Brussels, where the EU's foreign policy chief, Josep Borrell, said Lithuania was simply enforcing the bloc's sanctions. He added, however, that he was concerned by the risk of retaliation. Okay, I don't care. I've lost interest. Isn't that fun when we can all lose interest in the same story, right about the same moment, and then move on? Harry Styles is trending. When isn't he? I don't care. I'm not going to waste my time. Caitlyn Jenner is trending. Caitlyn Jenner on Twitter celebrates FINA banning trans swimmers. Okay. So I'm with you on that one, Caitlyn. Caitlyn Jenner agrees with the World Swimming Organization to ban any trans athlete from competing in, world swimming events. Okay. Someone named Black China is trending again. She trends all the time. I have no idea. She oftentimes trends. Is she Kardashian adjacent? Is that what Black China is? Like, she's not an actual Kardashian, but was she friends with one of them or something? Rob Kardashian. Is that what it is? She's like, okay, because she's always trending with Rob. Rob Kardashian and Black China reached settlement in revenge porn case. Wish I cared more about the Kardashians. That seems like a story I might have been interested in, but it sounds like it's at the end of it now, so why really bother? Let's see here. Juneteenth trending again. Juneteenth is trending 1, 2. Juneteenth is trending 5 times in the top 22 trends right now. 5 different times. It's trending for 5 different reasons. Hey, Biden fell off his bike. Did you see that? What are they doing? These dick trippers, they cannot stay out of their own way. Get Joe Biden off a bike. Can we just talk about this for a minute? Get Joe Biden off a bike. Yeah, we get it. He's in a lot better shape than Trump. Trump's a big, fat, obese dude. He's like, you can't even walk down. Come on, but stop pushing that you're some physically fit old man. You can't even get a kickstand on a bike down without falling over in front of 100 photographers. My God, man, stop it. Dude, just walk around looking good in a suit, Joe. That's all you need to do. You look good in a suit. You're not fat. You don't have a 42-inch waist. You're not over 300 pounds. All you need to do is stand next to Trump and people will go, yeah, okay, so one guy is obviously an old man who's in good shape and the other one is an old man who's just a fucking bag of dick. That you don't need to be out there on a bike. You're an old man. Old people at Joe Biden's age should not be on bikes. And guess what happened? They're like, well, I'm active. I can do it. We're going to show the world how active I am on Father's Day. I'm going to get on my, whoa! Humiliating. These people are so moronic. They cannot control. First of all, they try to control the narrative. This White House tries to control the narrative on absolutely everything. They try and force the storyline. And then you have a situation where he falls off a bike. Where it's like, come on, man. Jesus. So Joe Biden is trending. Biden says decision on gas tax holiday may come this week. All right, whatever. Joe, just how you doing? Did you skin your knee on your stupid bike accident, you silly old man? I'm just so tired of this. Get off the bike. Look at how fit I am. Remember that old guy? Remember the other guy? Remember how he couldn't even... Stay off the bike, Joe, okay? You just set yourself back. Trump never fell off a bike, Joe. Trump never looked that ridiculous falling off a bike, Joe. I know you were trying to one-up him. You were trying to scoreboard him by showing how athletic you are, and you just shit the bed. Ironically, Trump shits his pants. But you shit the bed when you fell off the bike. You embarrassed yourself. There is no shame on the other side. I mean, we've all seen the pictures of Trump with the load in his pants, right? Where it's like he's got to wear the adult diapers because he has issues that he doesn't tell anybody about. So we've seen those pictures, and those are humiliating, but nobody cares about those. Nobody cares about that. He can't be humiliated. Biden, you're a fool. You can be humiliated. You do stupid shit. You put yourself in positions where you do stupid shit, and then all you do is give your enemies or your detractors nothing but weapons to just fire back on you. And I'm telling you, no one will ever forget when you fell off that. But God, he looked so helpless, didn't he? Did you see you can find it. It's everywhere. He looked so incredibly helpless. There's like a good 2.5 seconds where it's like the whole thing takes place over, like it's a slow, whoa, 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 whoa. And then he falls over and it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Stop it. You're not an athlete. You're like an 80-year-old dude, man. Okay, you're in good shape. You're not a fat guy. That's good. That's good. And if that's your point, look, man, if that's honestly your point, then just come out and say, hey, the last guy was obese. I'm not obese. The last guy was fat. The last guy had a 42-inch waist. I got to wear a 36. I'm Joe Biden. Look at my 36-inch. That's all you need to do. You don't need to go rock climbing. And you know what? Maybe go rock climbing. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe a nice rock climbing accident. Oh, now look at me. Now I'm out here calling for the demise of... No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, stop it. Nobody is impressed. Look, I guess it was different, though. because I was going to say nobody is impressed with, any sort of athletic ability of a president. But those videos of Obama cannon threes with the Secret Service, those are pretty good videos. Those are pretty good videos where he's just walking across the gym and he's wearing a suit, and then he just cans a three and just walks off, and he's like, money, baby, and he just walks off the court. That's cool. But again, Obama was like a dude in his 40s. All right. Obama was like a young man who could still probably execute a jump shot. Trump or Biden tries a jump shot, they're going to come there and shatter their legs. They're going to shatter their knees on. Just stop it. You're a bunch of old men. Stop trying to act like you. Look how virile I am. That's a move for Putin. That's a move for Putin or a move for Kim Jong-un or whatever it is. That is not something the American president needs to be doing. We don't give a shit. What, are we going to see Biden in the batting cages next? We don't need to see any of this shit. Golf. That's it. Golf. And Trump gets it. Trump gets it. Golf is like pretty much it. That's all. And he's apparently a good golfer. That's it. That is the extent of his athletic ability. Not Joe Biden, though. He's going to go rock climbing next. All right, let's see. What else do we have here? That's it. I got nothing else. Folks, we're done. That's going to be it. I know we're coming in about 4 minutes early today. Hey, look at that. Bitcoin just went up. How exciting for me. I'm starting to lose my voice. I haven't spoken this much in about a week. So my voice is, I got about 2 hours worth of my voice. All right. Don't forget tonight, Pillow Talk with myself and James Parker. Pugs and Parker proudly present Pillow Talk. Okay. That's going to be tonight at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. There it is. And it's Monday night, so Kelly will join us. It'll be Pugs and Kelly and James Parker proudly present Pillow Talk on the Radio Misfits podcast platform. I don't know what we're going to talk about. I don't even know what I'm going to do the rest of the day. I got like work I got to do, but I got my kid here, so I kind of like to do things with him when he's here. So we'll see. Al Gamboa says George W. still bikes. Yeah, okay? Is George W. younger than Trump and Biden? He might be. He very well might be. Let's see. He might be about the same age. How old is George W. There you go. All right. There you go. Hold on. All right. Yeah. All right. George W. Bush is younger than Trump and Biden. George W. Bush is 75 years old. Donald Trump is 76, and Biden is 79. There you go. But he should not be riding a bike either. George W. Bush should not be riding a bike either. All I need. All right, folks, thank you so much. Appreciate you. We'll be back tomorrow at noon for more High Noon, where we run through all of the trending topics, headlines, current events, pop culture, whatever it is. And then again, the 9 o'clock show, Pillow Talk, tonight featuring Kelly Moore on a Monday. All right, thank you guys. Love you all. Have a good rest of the day. We'll see you in a few hours back here for Pillow Talk. Bye-bye. I can smile a little.